Hello, church. Welcome to Midweek. On this week's episode, we are going to be talking about everything DR, time missions, and what we're going to be doing on our short-term trip coming up next week over spring break. But before we jump into this year's trip, I want to take you on a little history lesson of time missions and really where it was founded. So, over 75 years ago, back in 1947, Zerrell and Doretta Brown had a heart to reach the lost for Jesus Christ. And so they came to Salem First Baptist Church. They were a couple $100 short of what they needed to get down to the Dominican Republic. And our church said, yes, we're going to send you. So they go down to the DR. They witness to several people outside of Zerrell's truck and his car. Lives start to change for the gospel. And then a couple years pass and they moved to Cuba and then to Mexico. And in 1968, they had a passion to see young people go on mission trips and to have an encounter with missions, with God, and to expand His kingdom around the world. And that's when they launched Time Ministry. From there, they ended up moving back to the Dominican Republic a few years later, where they continued to work alongside local pastors, building chapels for local pastors, and inviting youth groups and churches from the U.S. to come and have a missions experience down in the Dominican Republic and in Mexico. In 1996, Zerrell passed away and entered into his father's arms into the kingdom of heaven. But Doretta wasn't done, and the work of time missions also was not done. Doretta continued to go down to the Dominican Republic, to go down to Mexico, to continue the work of time ministries, and as it expanded, inviting more and more missionaries like the Andersons, like the Figueroas, like John Carlos, and many others to partner with them and become missionaries both in Mexico and also the Dominican Republic. Just about a year ago in 2024, Doretta also passed into heaven. She got to meet her Savior face to face and also got to reunite with her husband. But the beauty of their ministry continues. Back in 2017, I had the opportunity to go down to the Dominican Republic and serve as an intern down there, along with 9 other interns. And the beauty of that summer is 5 of those interns are current missionaries with Time Missions. And so this trip isn't just one where we send a group down, although we do that. It's also a trip where we get to see how God is continuing to advance a mission of Zerrell and Doretta Brown from 1947 all the way to 2025. And that brings us to this trip. This Friday, our team of 62 people, yes, you heard that right, 62 people are heading down to the Dominican Republic. We are going to be partnering with a local pastor whose ministry is expanding and he needs more space. He has 1 chapel and he needs 2 more. So we're going to be building 2 chapels for him. We're going to be partnering with the ministry they do with moms and their kids, their MOPS ministry. We're going to be having a basketball camp and a baseball camp and also having a VBS. And we know the hundreds and hundreds of kids, the hundreds and hundreds of people who we are going to encounter are going to hear the gospel of Jesus Christ maybe for the first time. And we believe God is going to change their hearts to change this world for Him. You can be praying for us in a couple different ways. You can be praying that all of our flights get there on time, that there's health amongst our team. I know there are a few of us still getting sick or getting over being sick, so pray for health as we get on the planes, that our team would stay healthy, but not just for health, but we would also want to have an impact. We want to have an impact to see lives change down in the Dominican Republic. We want to see our partners with our missionaries, our friends down there, to be strengthened and uplifted as they've been going at it day after day, year after year, month after month. And we want to encourage them to continue to fight the good fight while we're there just for 8 days. But we also don't want it to just be a trip for us. We want it to be transformational for us. I know that one of the reasons why I continue to go down to the Dominican Republic is because of the impact it's had in my life since my very first trip back in 2013. This would be my 9th time going down to the Dominican Republic, and every year God teaches me something new. Not just about a country, not just about how He can use me, but about who He is and how He continues to work, not just in Salem, Oregon, but also around the world. And I'm excited to share that with my kids as they go down with me. I'm excited to see families take their young kids and potentially see the next missionaries in 2026, 2030, 2040, and 2050, maybe even come out of this trip. So you can be praying that this trip would be impactful for us as well, that God would be transforming our hearts and our minds to where we have a vision for not just our city, but also around the world. Because that's what we are at First Baptist. We are a church for the city, but we want to reach the world for Jesus Christ as well. And so thank you for praying for us. Thank you for partnering with us. Thank you for all the prayers, for the finances, for all the things that you donated to our garage sale. It went amazing. And we cannot wait to see how God works in the lives of our team and in the Dominican Republic over spring break. And we can't wait to bring you a report when we get back. We love you. We hope you have a great spring break. We'll see you this Sunday, and God bless.